Alrighty, well, welcome back to Secret of Mana. You know what I'm actually seriously thinking I might do? Is, like, go ahead and just allocate the end of this episode or something to catching up on those cutscenes. Because they're still so far behind. But hey. They're so cool, though. Like, I'm glad they added those to the game. It just really fleshes out things. Anyway, in the last episode, we were trying to get into the palace in Gold City, but we couldn't because it was locked. But we found out from one of the weirdos there that Southtown might be the answer to what we are looking for here. More specifically, Mara in Southtown, who we've talked to before. You might not remember this. I know I didn't remember it my first time.
Troops caught my husband stealing a secret key from Gold Isle. Here it is. I've been keeping it safe in this box as a memento. My husband gave his life for this key. I think he'd rest easier knowing that it wasn't for nothing. Here, it's yours. Don't let the Empire get away with this.
Alrighty then, there you go. So I guess it's not entirely without story, this little section of the game. There is stuff here. Like this whole thing with this lady and her husband. I don't know if they'd ever intended for there to be more to that specifically. But it's just funny how there's little bits and pieces of it you can see here and there. The Moon Palace is what I'm more curious about than anything, though. Like, well, what is the mystery surrounding that? Is there more to that than just what we're taking for granted here, obviously? Anyway, let's get back down here. Alright, so also in the last episode we upgraded to the armor necessary. Or, well, to the armor that you can get at Gold City. All except for Prim doesn't have the battle suit, but everything else is pretty much as good as it can get right now, so we should be fine. Oh yeah. 7 damage, that's a little better than what you may have. Of course, then again, these are palette swaps of the Howler enemies, so maybe that's why they're so easy. Because it seems like, I don't know, like if an enemy is a palette swap of something, it usually has the same basic programming of what to do and what not to do, and blah blah blah. This place does look pretty cool. It's kind of just, it's weird though, because so much of it is just empty rooms and hallways and stuff, but then it's like, well, what are they going to put in the rooms, really? Monsters, what else can you really do? It's like, I mean, I guess they could put like statues or, you know, torches on the walls, which they did do, and these windows actually don't look bad either. But it kind of honestly makes you wonder. You know, for some reason, my mind goes straight to the Temple of Time in Twilight Princess. One of my favorite temples in any dungeon. One of my favorite temples in any dungeon, yeah. You can see why I do this for a living, right? Yeah, but there was definitely a lot of small details going on in that temple. And I feel like that would be... I don't know if that's like the best example, it's just the first thing that came to mind, though. So we have Blue Spike here, obviously. A palette swap of Spiky Tiger. But I guess this would actually be an example of a monster whose palette swap is a lot more docile than the original was. At least in the original game he was different. In this one he's about the same because, well... Well, in this one he's about the same because the original was wimpier, you know, so... It's like, rather than bringing this guy up to the difficulty level of the original, they just brought the originals down to the difficulty level of this guy. And that's kids, I guess they got out of school. Well, it's 1:53, I don't know. Maybe not. Unless the school gets out at 2 o'clock nowadays, I don't know. So this guy's trying to eat my shit here. Eat my shorts. As long as he's up there, I might as well be hitting him with magic here. Just wasting time. Well, earlier I didn't want to do that because I was charging my weapon, but even then, you can see that magic is not necessarily always the answer. But this is one of those bosses that doesn't really have a weakness. At least not as far as I know. And even if he did, you probably just wonder if he's a dark force on him or some shite like that. Oh man. Figures I start charging my weapon, he jumps up there and just completes the swipe. Alright, fine. And then immediately when I switch characters, he goes right back to the ground. Ha 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 ha. You know what I was thinking about doing, and I never got around to it, was setting the AI of the other two characters to charge their weapons. Ah, I should have held it down. Because we're not actually done here yet. I love that they were able to work this little detail into the remake as well. Because I wasn't sure if they were going to do it, since the boss, the way the bosses die was totally revamped. I thought for sure, like, I don't know, that just you would knock his head off and the next one would spawn right away or something. I love the way this guy looks when he spins around too, it looks way cooler. The original, you can only, it's like it was just one sprite and it moved by itself. It didn't really roll or anything, it just kind of, you know, it pooped. The doo-doo sprite. Yeah, sorry, Prim. That's what happens when I don't get you your proper armor because I can't afford it. I'm sorry, man, I know it sucks being poor. Well, one more freeze for the road. Throw a little spear attack on top of it. There we go. Booyah. Boomerang orbs. Couldn't care less about that boy that time. Oh well. And so, boom. So if you're prone to feeling deja vu, well trust me, you're about to feel it right now. I don't know if there's anything down here. But yeah, so it goes into a second floor and it's basically second verse, the same as the first here. I think the monsters are a little different, that's about it. Well, I guess the windows are a little darker up here. They seem darker. Oh, gee, what are you doing? What did he just throw at us? Probably his sword. His swords. His mini katanas, whatever those are. Ugh. Boy, he didn't get much of a chance to show off there, did he? It's weird how there's like a window frame here with bricks behind it. I've seen stuff like that before. I never understood how that ends up happening to buildings or whatever. Oh man. I guess now it's my turn to have noises happening outside my window like Luca Jin always does. Well, there you go. It's probably a fairy walnut, judging by what I just killed. Nope, that's chocolate. Alright, to be on the safe side, I'm gonna candy up here. How often has anyone ever said that, candy up? Probably quite often. Oh, wow, he just walked into the room and he violently just comes barreling towards you. Horns out and just ready to go. Horns out for Harambe. Oh man, okay, yeah, we're gonna watch ourselves a little closer this time. I'm just gonna keep hitting this guy in the bung. Is this gonna happen again? Like he's gonna get them cornered and just sit there and pound on them while I continuously just slash him in the butt crack? Let's see here. Should probably like... I probably could have stood to set this up in advance, but let's go ahead and set Air Blast here. So we can just go ahead and get a little look-see here. So unlike Blue Spike, this guy actually does have a weakness, and we have it measured up. So, good. Let's do it one more time. I feel like wasting time here. Actually, I wouldn't mind getting a charged weapon shot. Ooh, Defender level 8, huh? I don't know if that applies to magic damage or not. Uh-oh. He took the Wolverine claws out and they disappeared. Okay, let me just... Nice! Okay, perfect. A couple more hits and we'll be done here. Just for... Well, no, we don't really need it, though. Jeez. Yeah, the hotkeys are nice, but if you press the button and then change your mind, that kind of sucks, because then you have to press A to get out of the... 3 times to get out of the menu. Because it basically warps all the way to the center of the menu or something. Anyway. I don't know why I felt the need to mention this, but, in the last video, at the very end, when I said busted, yes, I was making a reference to You Gotta Fight to Right to Party by Beastie Boys. It's funny because when they used to play that song on the radio in, Wisconsin, at that point... Oh, shoot, am I out of... Oh, jeez. Ooh, this is bad. This is actually bad. This is actually Jad. Yeah, the song came out, I don't know what year the song came out. It was pretty old by the time I moved to Wisconsin, though, wasn't it? Anyway, sometimes they would play the song on the radio there, and I don't know how I got this impression, but I thought that the radio DJ had added the word busted to the song. So, like, it wasn't part of the original song, you only got to hear that if you were listening to it on this radio station here in Wisconsin. So I thought it was like this special thing I was getting to hear that this radio DJ did to this song. And it turns out it's actually part of the original. So, I didn't find that out until many years later. When I heard it, I guess, in Virginia or something. Sorry, Prim. I'm really screwing you over here by not giving you that armor. Hopefully we have enough money now to get it. If we don't, we can always grind in between videos, though.
I'm Lumina, the light elemental. King Mammon was robbing me of my power. He forced me to use mana for his own benefit and create gold for his treasure hold. The gold he's created will turn to stone one day. I hope that everyone's greed will disappear along with it. Please take my powers before the world falls to the evil of the Mana Fortress.
Ah, well, that voice is so cute. Everyone knows it. Everybody here knows it. I'm the only one who, well, I'm the only one who can't say anything because it's my video. Sorry about that. Got a little ahead of myself there. Synchronize with a mana seed. So basically, now that you have 5 and 6, 7 will unlock as something you can do now. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this right here. Holy crap, my nose has not stopped, let me tell you. So we're just gonna take off from here. Well, I probably should have checked my money, but it's not gonna matter too much. There's like no monsters here where we're going, so it's all good. Now, 5 and 6 may have gone by fast, but 7, well, let me tell you, 7's really gonna go by fast. Moon Palace, here we go. So you land here in this strange little area of the desert that has these stars just kind of stuck in the sand. I never really understood what that was supposed to be. Like, if you wanted to make this look like outer space, I guess you're sort of doing a good job? I don't know. Also, I don't think I've ever seen a desert area. Like, sometimes you see different biomes in games, you know, like desert and forest and stuff. But then sometimes you see, like, hybrids. Like a forest. Well, let me just think. Like a forest that has a lake in it, or something like that. But what we have here is a desert and space, which are two biomes you would never in a million years expect to see together. But you see it here.
Welcome to Karen's.
And that shit's cool.
Next stop. Careful. The cosmos stretches out forever here. Don't get lost. Sit still and don't rock the boat.
Yeah, sorry I cut him off there at the beginning. Even now, I still forget that this game has voice acting, and I have to stop and let them say their lines. Jeez.
I'll just wait here until you get back. If you get back.
Well, thanks a lot. In the original, he just said, I'll, ellipses, wait here. It's like he was hesitant about it. Even that was enough to kind of, keep you on your toes or make you feel a little bit uneasy about whether or not you wanted to trust him. So the whole time that you're in here, you're probably thinking, oh god, I hope that guy with the bow doesn't leave. I want to see this for a second. Oh, man. These jellyfish monsters are really annoying. So they always have been. I don't really know what it is. They are another one of those enemies that just feels hard to hit, and they're constantly casting magic. Oh, they're constantly. Oh, you just miss, and you miss, and you miss. Dear. I would have just run inside, but I'm trying to, like, drag this out a little bit. So that we're not... I don't know. So that we're not, like, picking up the seeds right back to each other. Here. Standing around waiting for your magic animation. There we go. Let's get number 3 here. Everyone gets a turn eventually, and now it's your turn. So, fall before my mighty weapons. I wouldn't even bother using magic on these, because from what I remember, it really doesn't work that well. I mean, I could try it even, and it'll probably do 1 damage. But also, my magic is all, like, level 3 and 4. And this is, like, supposedly the 7th seed, so... Anyway, we killed him. So inside, oh, yeah, there is so much nose sniffling to cut out of this, like, my future self, I am so sorry. This is another area that kind of loops on itself, and once again, we're gonna have to go through these magic animations 10 times a minute. So basically, if you go, like, about 1 screen left and just keep going up, you'll find the crystal. It's right there. And so we need Lumina's magic, which I almost forgot that I already had here. Oh, she has no magic. Tell me I have a fairy walnut, please. Thank you. Yeah, Lumina's a tough sell because her magic is really, really good, but it's also really, really expensive. So you gotta make up your mind, is it worth it? And, well, that's the ultimate question, isn't it? Fortunately, you don't have to have it at any specific level for it to work. So, and it's weird, because it would seem like higher level magic would do something with those crystals, like there would be a different kind of reaction, but... yeah, as it turns out, this is the room we were just in, I guess. I've never really understood this. I love these windows, though. Yeah, I'm mumbling here. I love these windows, is what I just said. I feel like that came out a little mumbly. But yeah, look at that. Oh, these windows, too. Really cool. Pink windows against yellow. So you don't normally think of, like, red and yellow as contrasting colors.
The Moon Spirit have been waiting for your arrival. You may use my powers freely. Mana is fading from this world at an alarming rate. You must hurry.
What you're telling me about hurrying, I just picked up 2 out of 8 seeds in the last 10 minutes. Yeah, I was really hoping they would have gotten around to adding what we lost in the translation in this part of the game, but it wasn't meant to be. Well, actually, I guess technically what you're supposed to be doing here is every time you finish something, you're supposed to go back to, say, Jock, and he'll tell you what to do next. But if you already know, you can just go do it, rather than climbing the whole mountain and talking to him every single time. So yeah, we've already missed some text from him by now. But at this point, like I said, it's like, I don't have to show everything, I guess. Besides, if I show everything, what's the incentive for people to buy the game, If you're gonna try to justify what I'm doing by saying that I'm giving them advertisement and then you're just spoiling all the good stuff, you know? Kinda doesn't make sense, does it? Anyway.
Leaving so soon. How impatient.
Yeah, there was nothing else to do there. Besides blow our nose one more time. Man, Nose, you have been real...
Come again.
I don't know what's gotten into you today. Yeah, come again. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But that's for me to decide. Anyway, so we now have 3 elementals, all of whom are level 0. We now have 7 mana seeds, which means all of our magic can now be grinded up to level 7. Which I can't make any guarantees that we'll have that done by the next episode, but you don't necessarily need to grind it up anyway. I probably will, just because, well, I'm crazy, you know. And it's all I always like to, especially when I do an official playthrough here. This is not just another random playthrough that happens over the course of my life. This is Secret of Mana, man. We gotta do it right this time. I don't think there's like any other way to go here. Oh, well, I guess you can go down. You probably just end up in the regular forest, and then... Uh-oh. Oh, man, I just had a sneeze there. Good lord, man. It's like you're already gushing, and then you gotta explode. Like, what is that? Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah, like, I guess if you're wandering around the regular desert, you can kind of run across this and see this here and be like, what is this? But I'm not sure how that works, because I know I said before that the desert loops on itself, so maybe you would see this again. It might just be that there's like a certain combination of directions you can go that would take you here. Because, like, you can still see the stars here. So maybe they are in the original desert too. I love how it's doing so much damage now. I've always believed, and I've never been able to substantiate this, but I've always believed that you gained attack power from the mana seeds. Because your attack power goes up so drastically and so suddenly at this point in the game that that's the only way it can make any sense. But even now, I couldn't tell you if it's true. I've never, as many times as I played this game, I've never bothered to just look at the stats before and look at the stats after. Because maybe that's all I need to do to find out. But it's one of those things that I've always just kind of left in the... I've just left it a mystery because I guess I like it better that way. I don't know. Hopefully we've left enough time to do a few... Yeah, I'm gonna play out a few cutscenes here. Maybe just like... Maybe I'll do this at the end of videos so people who don't want to watch the cutscenes or whatever can just click out early. But yeah, I'm gonna run through a couple of them here. Maybe 3 or 4 of them. Just to get some of them out of the way. So, next time on Secret of Mana... Man, I don't even know what I'm gonna do.
You've turned into quite the swordsman.
What brought this up?
Oh, it's nothing really. Just that I noticed how much more mature you've become. That's all.
Oh, well, thanks.
The mana sword made the right choice in its wielder.
You know, I think I can do what I set out to do.
That's the spirit. Now if you could just stop wandering around lost all the time, this could go smoothly.
Congrats! But Sis has been with you this whole time, right? How much stronger is she gonna get?
Frighteningly strong.
I'm sure you don't mean that in a bad way, right?
Ah!
Wouldn't dream of it. I can't believe we managed to sneak into the Empire.
That was not fun.
I was on edge, worried we'd get caught at any second. But it was thrilling in a way.
Uh-huh. Thrilling.
You better be careful when setting paw on the Empire.
Who's there?
Just me, Neko. Meow. What are you doing here? Just passing by and smelled your muddy... I mean, my favorite travelers. Meow. The Empire is not a friendly place for a cat trying to make a living. Soldiers keep throwing me out on my tail. I've been chased out of most establishments with a broom. Let me tell you. All I've got to show for my efforts at setting up shop is a lot of rotten fish. But now that I've found my favorite travelers, maybe Mew can help me. Won't Mew buy some of my wares?
If it'll help.
Hey, that varmint's come back.
Rats! There goes my perfect plan. I'll see you all later. Meow.
What was that all about?
Good question.
Fine work today. Boss, help! Oh, didn't see you there, Gnome. What's wrong?
I finally mustered up the courage to tell you.
What's with the long face? Is it another monster?
Oh, right, monsters. But that's not why I'm here this time. It's the missus, that's what.
Sis, what about her?
She's been summoning me a lot lately, and I mean, I'm happy to help you and the missus, but she asked me to run errands, give her shoulder rubs, clean her clothes. That's not in my job description.
Elementals can do menial tasks too?
Why didn't I think of that?
Please have mercy, boss.
No.
If it isn't the missus, what brings you here?
I didn't realize you were opposed to the favors I was asking you. I apologize, Gnome.
Oh, well, it's all right. No, I'm done.
Uh-oh. That sweet tone sounds suspicious.
Sis doesn't apologize. Maybe she's gonna make Salamando her next target.
My sword is all polished up and ready for another fight. Glad to have Watts around to help with the weapons.
Never knew Watts was the travel type. We didn't talk much while I was in the caves. He must be very brave to follow us when there are so many monsters around.
Come to think of it, how does he manage to follow us without getting attacked?
Maybe he's actually a skilled warrior. Champion of the dwarves or something. You know, Watts might even be stronger than you, little sprite. Hey, I'm just a kid. Give me a break. Maybe we should ask him to join our party instead.
Watts might even be stronger than I am.
Don't be so down on yourself. Bro, why does your face look weird?
It's Chrissy. She's so cool, you know? She's practically the same age as me, but she's a level-headed leader. And she's kinda, you know, cute.
Oh, I see how it is. Careful, or Sis is gonna get jealous. How many times do I have to tell you? I'm not jealous. I'm in love with Diluc. Yeah, sure. Ugh, would you wipe that soppy look off your face? It's gross. Besides, my hair is better. Maybe I'm not filled out like she is, but I've got a great personality. I don't know if I'd go that far.
You sure sound jealous to me.
Leave me alone. Flammy's grown so much.
Feels like we just found him, and he's already big enough to let us ride him.
That's one legendary dragon.
His wing plumage is coming in so thick. Can't wait to see how he looks full grown.
And he's still so cute, no matter how big he gets. Yeah, Flammy's great. That's the first time I've heard you praise Flammy. Did you get over your jealousy? Come on, I'm not petty enough to hold a grudge like that. Besides, if Flammy got this big in such a short amount of time, that means I can't be far behind. Getting jealous over Flammy wouldn't be very big of me after all. I try not to get stuck in the past. I look to the future. Aha!
Nice to hear that optimism. It's good to dream.
You do know you're a sprite, right? There's basically no way you're going to get as big as a dragon.
Even your grandpa was kinda on the short side.
Haha, just you wait and see.
Better not crush their dreams.
Okay. I used to think that everyone who lived in the Empire was our enemy, that they were bad people. But now that we've talked to some of them, I realized that I was wrong.
They're just like the citizens of Pandora and everyone else we've met on our journey.
Some of these guys look like they're having a harder time here than others. I'm not sure if defeating the Empire is going to help these people.
We need to find out who's really behind these problems.
You mean Thanatos? He's going down!
He's bad news. We need to figure out what he and the Empire's higher-ups are up to. If we don't, the whole world is in danger, not just the Mana Tree. Let's keep going.